Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, King Sinbad. But as always, guys, you guys can call me Sin. Alright, guys, we are back with what if Madara Uchiha was reincarnated into Naruto. Alright, so last place we left off, I think we just finished the preliminary exam. Hold on, let me go check. Alright, sorry guys. Alright, my bad. So they just finished the Forest of Death. Okay, so my bad, it's been a little while. Alright, so now they're entering into the preliminaries of the tuning exams. Now, Madara, like I said in the last video I did, Madara is gonna go and train with Sasuke and... No, wait, hold on, that was my bad, no. During his 1 month of training, he's actually going to be training with Jiraiya. Now, for those of you who are wondering, why is he going to be training with Jiraiya? Well, now, it's been a while since I did this series, so I'm not really 100% sure that I gave him Hashirama's version of Sage Mode. But since he's going to have Wood Style, he's going to train with Jiraiya to learn how to tap into Hashirama's Sage Mode. So, yeah. But anyway, but that's until we get past the preliminaries. Now, once they arrive to the tower, Iruka, he lets them in after they show him that, they have both scrolls. So, he says, congratulations, y'all are the first ones here. And Madara says, well, it's only to be expected. After all, you do have 2 uchihas on this team, so it's only natural that we would naturally surpass all the other teams. And Iruka's just kind of thinking in his head, he's like, still cocky as ever. Hold on, guys. My dog's whining. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. So, anyway, after Iruka finished thinking that, Madara says, so, can we come in or no? Oh, and Iruka just kind of snaps out of his inner monologue. He's like, oh yeah, sorry about that, Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura. Man, it's just been a long time since I last seen you guys. Y'all have grown up a lot. He's like, I'm partially surprised, but at the same time, I'm not really that surprised. I mean, considering, yeah, like you said it, y'all both are Uchihas, but still, I mean, even for a Genin, I mean, that's pretty spectacular. And Madara says, well, if you say so. And Iruka's like, come on, man, I'm just trying to give you a compliment. Can you just, be humble? And Madara, he's just like, bro, I don't care. Just let me in so I can do whatever I want to do. And Sasuke's like, hey, Naruto. And Madara says, what is it, Sasuke? He says, unless you have something valuable to add to this conversation, let's hurry up and get going. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. I did have to use a little bit of chakra in that fight. And Iruka says, oh, what fight are you talking about? He's like, oh, so who did you fight in the Forest of Death? And Madara says, one of the legendary Sanin, Orochimaru. And right when Iruka hears that, he's like, wait, what? Orochimaru? He's here? In the village? What for? And Madara says, I don't know. Probably wanting to give us... Trying to... I don't know. Knowing him. Probably wanted to bite us or something. He kept on saying that he wanted to take the power of the Uchihas for himself. Which that could only possibly mean one thing. He wants our eyes. He wants the Sharingan. So either, one, he wants to steal our bodies from us. Two, he just wants to steal the eyes and he could care less about our bodies. But either way, he still wants the Sharingan for himself. My guess is that he's probably trying to become the Sage of the Six Paths. And Iruka's like, Sage of the... what? He's like, I thought that was just a myth. And Madara says, believe what you want. Let's go. Sasuke. Sakura. Let's go. And Sakura's like, you don't tell us what to do, Naruto. And Madara just says, shut up, girl. And do what I tell you to. Otherwise, we're going to have some serious problems. You don't want that now, do you? And Sakura's like, whatever, Naruto. And Madara just kind of scoffs. He's like, whatever, let's go. And of course they enter the tower, and they're just basically waiting everybody to get there. And of course, before Madara and Sasuke, you know, they see Itachi. And Madara says, Itachi, how are you doing? And Itachi's like, that's what I expect from my students. I expected y'all two to be here. And Sakura's like, you forgot about me, Sensei. And Itachi's like, oh, yeah, and you. And Madara you just kind of hear a chuckle out of Madara. And Sasuke said, did you just chuckle? And Madara says, I don't know what you're talking about. I did no such thing. And Sasuke said, nah, you chuckled. I know you chuckled. Madara says, believe what you will, it doesn't matter to me. And of course, once they get up to where Itachi is, they see Fugaku. And, you know, Sasuke says, Dad, he says, well, I guess you are the Hokage, so it does make sense. And Fugaku says, I'm very proud of you. It's nice to see that all three of my sons could do so well within the match. Do well in the Chunin exams. He says, are you all ready for the preliminaries? And Madara says, hopefully I can have a challenge. Someone who could possibly push me to my absolute limits. So that way I can just shatter my limits and surpass them. And gain even higher power. And Fugaku just kind of lets out his laugh. He's like, now that's the answer I want to hear. And he says, now Sasuke, as an Uchiha, we must always strive for better. We never settle for mediocrity. You need to be like Itachi and Naruto. I was about to say Madara, god dang it. And Madara says, oh, come on, father. You're kind of trying to compare him to me. It's like, well, trying to compare an insect to a tailed beast. It just wouldn't really happen. you guys are really. And Fugaku says, Madara, you never cease to surprise me with your jokes. And Madara's like, what jokes? I didn't tell no jokes. I mean, I'm just stating the facts. And, well, anyway, Itachi says, and Itachi says, well, I have no doubt that you two will make the finals. Of course, you guys got to pass the preliminaries, and then, well, your guys are going to have to train for a month. And since I'm your sensei, however, that means I can't oversee y'all's training this time. And, of course, Sasuke and Naruto say, and Madara say, what for? Why not, you know? And Itachi says, because that means that if Sakura passes this test, that means I can't just train y'all two. That means I also have to train her. But since that means that I have to train her as well, that means that, well, it's kind of hard to explain. More like, it'd be weird me only teaching you how to use your visual prowess to its maximum, to its fullest potential, and Sakura not having a visual prowess, she not knowing what to do, and that means, and like I said, since I will mainly be training you two, that would kind of leave her out. See what I'm saying? And Sasuke's like, gosh, every single time, that girl's always in the way. And Itachi says, Sasuke, you don't be like that. It's not her fault that she wasn't born into our clan. Or a clan that at least has a visual prowess. Not jutsu. Gosh, why did I say visual jutsu? Oh well. Well, you guys know what I mean, a dojutsu, a visual prowess. A Kekkei Genkai. But mainly, yeah, a visual prowess. Since she doesn't possess a visual prowess, that means I can't really bring y'all's training out to a maximum. He says, now if I had Hinata, Hyuga, then maybe, possibly, I could train all three of you on how to properly use your visual prowess. Well, sorry. Well, actually, now that I think of it, I'd really only have to train Sasuke, really, in that department. And Sasuke said, well, why not Naruto? And Itachi says, because Madara is already, I mean, not Madara, but Naruto, he says, Naruto already knows how to properly use his Sharingan. And he already knows how to use it to its fullest extent. Not only that, he also has the Mangekyo Sharingan. And he's already leagues above me in that department. So really, there's nothing really I can teach him in that case. And Fugaku, he's just, because he knows that Sasuke and Naruto are going to pass. Because, he just knows that they're going to pass. I mean, what kind of parent? Well, Naruto's adopted dad / uncle, but you guys know what I mean. He's like, he has to figure out somehow to train, Naruto, because, even though he wants to train Naruto himself in the terms of Mangekyo and all that, he can't really do that because, him being the Hokage, he can't show any favoritism. I mean, even though he really wants to, he just can't, because, then that wouldn't be fair to everybody else. Now, as Fugaku's trying to think of how this could possibly work, he remembers his brother Minato. Talking about Jiraiya Sensei and teaching him how to use new jutsu and even learning Sage Mode. And then that's when it clicked with Fugaku. And he says, I have it. Naruto, I'll pull some strings and get someone to train you. I have a perfect teacher for you. And Madara says, oh? Well, who is it? And Fugaku says, well, I'll tell you what. If you get past the preliminaries, I'll introduce you to him myself personally. After all, he is the one who trained your dad. And Madara says, very well then. Looking forward to it. Now, soon everybody just kind of starts, pouring in. Now, hold on, guys. Put in the comment section down below. Do you guys really want, Madara to get Hashirama's Sage Mode? Or do you still want him to get the... Or, well, maybe there's a way I can possibly, mix them together. Because each Sage Mode focuses on a different, aspect. So, let me know in the comment section down below. You want me to give him just Hashirama's? Or do you want me to just give him, Toad Sage Mode? Or do you just want me to do a combination of both? And possibly, grant him new powers and Sage Mode and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, moving on. All of us, of course, people start all those who survived the fourth death made it in, and of course all the hidden leaf, Genin, the rookie 9, they're like, oh crap, not Madara, goddamn, Naruto and Sasuke Uchiha are here. Naruto and Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah, Naruto Uchiha and Sasuke Uchiha are here. So, and of course, everybody's like, well, of course, they're Uchiha. It's only natural that they're going to get here. And Neji, he's still looking at Naruto. He's like, I'm going to show you which of our clan's visual prowess is better. So, Neji kind of has like a rivalry going on with Naruto. Because he wants to gain, he wants to prove why the Hyuga clan is better than the Uchiha clan when it comes to their respective visual prowess. He wants to see which clan's visual prowess is better. Now, my own personal opinion, I mean, come on. Which visual prowess would you really want? Would you want the Byakugan? Or would you want the Sharingan, which could evolve into the Mangekyo Sharingan, which then could in turn evolve into the Rinnegan? I mean, come on. I mean, it's basically, which one would you want more? I mean, I know which one I would choose. I mean, but anyway, Fugaku, right when he's about to, go down to the stage, Iruka comes over there and starts whispering in his ear, and he says Orochimaru is here. And Fugaku, just kind of gets a serious look on his face, but he just closes his eyes, and then then he opens them back up, and he tells Iruka, he says, well, for right now, just start sending out Anbu to be on, just to be on guard, make sure that Orochimaru isn't, slithering around. And then, of course, Iruka says, but, Lord Hokage, I mean, this is Orochimaru we're talking about. Gave your brother and Lord Third a hard time. And Fugaku says, I know, but we do not need to stop the Chunin exams. We need to continue on like nothing's happening, so that way Orochimaru doesn't slither off again. Because once he knows that the village is in high alert, then that's when he's going to know that we're on to him. This might be our only chance to capture him and interrogate him. And Iruka says, well, I never really thought about it like that, Lord Hokage. And then Fugaku just says, "Look, you need to go tell the rest of the Anbu to be on high alert, but do not make it. We do not need a village-wide panic. It needs to be subtle. No one needs to know what's going on. We need to let the tuning exams continue." And Iruka says, "Very well, Lord Hokage." And then, he just kind of jumps off. And then Fugaku just, opens up his eyes and just kind of just gives off, a smile. And then he jumps down to where the rest of the ninja are. And he gives off a little speech. He says, "Congratulations for making it this far into the tuning exams. I commend you all for your great show of skill. However, it seems that we have, well, more participants than I thought. So, in order to separate the weak from the strong, we are going to be hosting a battle. But not just any battle. This battle is going to be a no-holds-barred battle. Meaning anything goes. You can use even the most underhanded tricks. If you seize an opportunity in victory, you must take it. No matter what." And then, of course, some of the senseis are like, "Hey, is that really the Lord Hokage? Is that really the best idea?" And Fugaku gives off the speech of why he's saying no holds barred. He says, "Well, in a real life battle situation, your opponent's not going to be fair. Your opponent's not going to be honest in a fight. He's not always going to give you a fair fight. So therefore, you have to not give him the same luxury. In combat, there are many uncertainties in battle. Therefore, you must take every opportunity you can. However, does not excuse for not using strategy to your advantage. If you're just going in there head first and not thinking of what your battle strategy is going to do, you are going to lose. And if you cannot figure out how to strategize, then you have no place of being a chunin. And then you'll have to try again next year." And of course, Fugaku says, "The only thing you can't do is kill your opponent. However, you can hurt or injure them however bad you want, as long as it doesn't, mean the end of their life." And he says, and of course, he says if the proctor sees who's, if he sees it worthy of who's winning, then he'll stop the match and declare the winner. And the proctor says, "All right, we're going to begin the first match. Now, the first match will go like this. It will be Sasuke versus Rock Lee. And Rock Lee says, "Oh, yes, I'm fired up, Guy Sensei." And Sasuke's like, "Time for some payback for insulting our clan like that." And Madara says, "Sasuke, you need to find the opening in his fighting style. Yes, it's a very unique fighting style. However, judging by my calculations of when I was fighting him, it seems like he cannot use any ninjutsu or genjutsu. Use that to your advantage. His only hope is real taijutsu. So do not try to engage him in a taijutsu battle. You will lose. It seems like he's an expert, a prodigy when it comes to taijutsu." And Sasuke says, "Well, thanks for the tip, Naruto, but I'm going to do it however I see fit." And Madara says, "Well, don't blame me if you lose." And Sasuke just kind of gives off a smile. He's like, "Please, I won't lose in 1,000 years." And then, of course, both Rock Lee and Sasuke, he says, and the proctor says, our first match will be Rock Lee versus Sasuke Uchiha. He says, let the battle begin. And Sasuke already starts weaving handstands. He says, fire style, fireball jutsu. And then Rock Lee just kind of gives off a smile and... Hold on, guys. But anyway, Rock Lee gives off a smile and he uses his tremendous speed to get behind Sasuke. And he says, so you see, Sasuke Uchiha, even though that you are extremely talented and you've been blessed with extraordinary ninjutsu and genjutsu abilities, you cannot beat me when it comes to a taijutsu battle. And then you just kind of see a smile come up on Sasuke's face. And he's like, got you. And Rock Lee's like, huh? And then he does like a leg sweep and he's like, Sharingan. He turns on his fully developed Sharingan and he says, all right. He just kind of does like he drops and he kicks Rock Lee up in the chin. He's like, ah. Rock Lee's like, wait, he's not doing what I think he's doing, is he? And Sasuke just jumps up. He says, and he delivers a backhand to Rock Lee's face, but Rock Lee blocks it, and then Sasuke just jumps over, punches Rock Lee in the face, and Rock Lee's like, ah, and then of course, hold on, guys. Right when Sasuke hits him in the face, Rock Lee, he winces in pain, but right when he opens back his eyes, he sees Sasuke's leg coming crashing down on his gut. But as his foot makes contact with Lee's gut, Lee hits the ground. Now, with the pressure of both Sasuke's foot and the ground backing up Sasuke's foot, this knocks all the air out of Lee. And he's trying to gasp for air. He's like, trying to catch his breath. And then finally, to finish it all off, to make sure Rock Lee stands down, Sasuke uses his Sharingan and uses a basic simple genjutsu. And of course, this would declare Sasuke the winner. Of course, everybody's like, okay. And Orochimaru, he's standing up there on the balcony looking at Sasuke like he's a piece of eye candy. Saying that he wants to get Sasuke's body. And, the proctor says, he says, and the winner is Sasuke Uchiha. Rock Lee is the loser. And Guy says, don't worry, Lee. You'll only get stronger from this. And of course, he jumps down. And the proctor releases Rock Lee from the genjutsu. And Rock Lee stands up. He's like, what? What happened? And the proctor explains to Lee how he lost. And this is where Lee just kind of starts beating himself up. He says, if I was stronger and faster, I could have knocked him out. He says, no, I just wasn't born with ninjutsu or genjutsu abilities. All I have is my taijutsu. If I was born with those, I wouldn't have been able to be stuck in that genjutsu in the first place. And anyway, they go back up, and everybody says, don't worry, Lee, it's alright. You did a good job, considering. Now, Proctor says, on to the next match. And it's going, and it's going. And Madara says, at this entire time, he's not even looking at Neji. he's looking at Gaara, and he says, "So I have a tailed beast in my midst. This might be a perfect opportunity for me to, well, capture him and, well, excuse me, and seal the tailed beast within the Ghetto statue." He said, "However, it can't be right now." And he says, "However, besides that, he seems very strong. However, he's still not on the level of me or Hashirama." And Gaara's just looking at both Sasuke and Madara, and he's just trembling. He's wanting to fight. He's wanting to fight both of them, but, he has to kind of calm himself down. So, on to the next fight would be Madara versus Tenten. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Why Tenten? Because, well, just because. Now, no, hold on. Scratch that. No. Madara versus Kiba. We're gonna keep that fight the same. And Kiba says, "So you think you're all big shot with those Sharingan eyes of yours, huh? You think just because you're an Uchiha, you think you can look down on me? Well, I hate to disappoint you, Naruto, but I'm the top dog around here, and no one can beat me." And the proctor says, "Begin." And Madara says, "You talk too much." And then he just blitzed Kiba, punching him in the gut, knocking him out. Instant KO. He says, "What a disappointment." And he says, "And this is the best that the Inuzuka clan can ever produce. What a pathetic sight. You're nothing more than an eyesore." And of course, he just jumps back up. And, he says, "And I didn't have to even use my Sharingan to take you out." And of course, everybody's just like, dang. I mean, I knew how the match was going to end, but I didn't expect it to end that quickly. Like, everybody's just like, he just blitzed him. He just one-hit KO. It was lights out for Kiba. And, and Hinata, she's just kind of like staring at Naruto, and she's just, kind of pointing her fingers together, And, well, since I basically took Rock Lee out of Gaara's fight, that means I'm going to have to give Gaara, let's see, the guy that Sasuke was supposed to fight, the one who drains chakra with a touch, and, Gaara just crushes that guy. And basically all the other fights would just basically happen the same in canon, so, yeah. I just wanted to change Sasuke's fight, because, well, I just wanted to do it. And of course, Fugaku says, "Alright, the ones who won their matches, I say congratulations to you all. You've all done exceedingly well as ninjas." He says, "Now, for the finals, we will be participating in the Hidden Leafs Chunin exam arena." And he says, "Of course, you are given 1 month to fully prepare and train for this exam. You will be given information on a later date of who you will be facing." And of course, even though, I forgot to say this happened, Madara, after he saw the fight between Neji and Hinata, you know, Madara, I mean, he jumped down and stopped, Neji from critically killing, Hinata. And he says, I don't know if you heard the Hokage, but I'm pretty sure he said, don't kill. And Neji said, well, all she had to do was give up. And Madara says, I'm gonna take care of you in the finals. I won't hold back. And Madara actually meant that. He's not gonna hold back in his match with Neji. But anyway, this is when they'll start their 1 month training period. Now, Sasuke will be training with Itachi, and Fugaku introduced Madara to Jiraiya. Yeah. And Fugaku says, Naruto, this right here is your father's sensei, Jiraiya Sensei, one of the legendary Sannin. And Madara says, can you keep up with me, old man? And Jiraiya says, he says, you remind me a whole lot about your dad. He used to have the same kind of attitude. And Madara says, well, do not mistake me for my father. I'm not him. I'm better. And Jiraiya says, so, what kind of jutsus do you want to learn? And Madara says, I want to learn everything that you taught my father. And Jiraiya, he's pondering. He says, well, I can teach him the Rasengan. I can teach him the summoning jutsu. I can possibly teach him the flying Rajin. And Sage Mode, of course. That would be a very good help. I mean, just by me just sensing his chakra alone, he has major and large chakra. He has a large portion of chakra. Even without the 9 tails, he would still be 100 times over me. And that's saying a lot. Since he has large chakra reserves. See, on top of that, he was only... I forgot, I sealed half of the 9 tails in Madara. So, he says, well, let's see. So, he'd probably have a 200. So, even... And of course, Fugaku says, oh, by the way, he does have the Mangekyo Sharingan. And Jiraiya's like, huh? How does he already have the Mangekyo Sharingan? Interesting. And then, this is where we'll leave it off. So, in the next video, depending on how you guys respond to when I said, if you guys want me to combine Hashirama's Sage Mode and the Toad Sage Mode, let me know in the comment section down below. And, yeah. And if you guys want me to teach him the Flying Rajin Jutsu, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll give him that. And without further ado, guys, in the next video, see you guys later. Peace out, my homies. And, oh yeah, and do not forget to share this video with all your friends on your social media platforms. Leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe. It's been your boy, King Sinbad, signing off.